All right, Keegan's in the truck. He's lining up. Notice we're taking this dumpster. I guess you could say we're stealing it because that's not a rolling operations dumpster, is it? Nope. We also had to strap it because this latch down here isn't welded very well. So if this piece snaps, this whole door could come flying open. So I strapped it just to be safe. But there's a story behind this dumpster. This is probably going to be one of my favorite dumpsters. Ew. All right, so this is actually at my buddy's mobile home park. And they're redoing this mobile home, and what he got tired of with any dumpster company is paying for a dumpster that he really needed for like 6 weeks or 2 weeks or 4 weeks, and dumpster companies, you know, $400 or $500, and you only get it for a week. So I came up with a plan where I did a non-compete contract with him so he could rent his own dumpster. So he went and bought this dumpster, and what we're going to do soon is we're going to co-brand it so it's got his company, and underneath it'll say hauled by Rolling Operations. That way he gets no time limit on this dumpster. He pays me a flat rate to haul it, and then I pass all the tonnage on to him, so that at the end of the day all I'm getting paid for is time and fuel to get this thing emptied, and he gets to keep it as long as he wants without having to worry about me coming to steal it or another company coming to pick it up before he's ready for it to actually be taken. So it gives him and his contractors full flexibility on the use of this, and at the end of the day I'm the only person in town who can move it, and eventually if he never wants it, I'll come back and buy it from him, and it'll still work on my system. So that's kind of the agreement we came to. Now I want to replicate it with about 10 others. Keegan's getting it loaded up. We're going to take it to the dump. We're going to get it out of here. All right, so we're already back with the dumpster. It was a quick empty. Came in and right at 1 ton. So like I said, we'll charge him the flat rate plus the 1 ton, and then we'll get on the road. The best part about this is I'm just bringing it back to the site he's working on now. And what I currently kind of have arranged with him is, if as long as I'm bringing it back to the same place I dropped it off at, you know, it'll be that same rate. The only way that I'll charge him more is if he basically fills it up halfway here and then transports it to his own shop somewhere else. Then I'll do like a relocation fee, and then he'll call me when it's full, you know, and then we'll just continue that process. Empty it when it's ready and move on. Keegan's getting the thing backed in nice and tight. Contractor moved his truck, which was nice, rather than us trying to squeeze past it again. But this will be a quick one. So it's a little wet and sloppy to be working on anything, but we need to fix this little latch because we did buy this used. And afterwards, like I said, we'll have his company name up here somewhere, and then it'll just say hauled by Rolling Operations. So that way it's co-branded and people kind of know, and we can spread the message, because the goal is eventually to have this agreement with about 10 different contractors in town, whether that's plumbers, actual construction companies, HVAC, anybody who would actually need these types of things, but they just want them to sit maybe on their own lot. That way, a couple cool things happen. I'm not storing the dumpsters. I have no overhead in the dumpsters. People get to store their own dumpsters at their own shop. I then get charged to just move the dumpsters, so the only thing I'm responsible for is the time, the employee, and the fuel, obviously, and obviously the trailer that I'm already using for my dumpster business. So now I'm getting jobs for people that I normally wouldn't, because they don't need such a large dumpster for a short period of time, but they can use it over a long period of time and save them thousands of dollars. And then on the end of the day, I still get their business without having to worry about all the overhead that comes with it. And they can focus on just keeping their business running and filling this up job by job by job, and then calling me when it's ready to go. So of course the weather in the Midwest is just terrible, and of course Keegan and I spent the last hour of the day yesterday loading up the skid steer, making sure it was cleaned up, making sure we had salt, making sure we had all that we could to plow. We even got the plow over here to my house so we could do my driveway, sitting here ready to go. And then we've got the skid steer over on the trailer itself too, ready to go, which is also a huge pain in the butt to get off that trailer, because obviously it's a tilt deck trailer, so you go for a little bit of a ride when it slides off. But anyway, we get it all ready. We're told we're gonna get 6 inches of snow. It's gonna be crazy, and that's not 6 inches. I might have told my wife a couple times it was 6 inches, but that's not 6 inches, because there is no use in doing this driveway, my apartments, my shop. Had it all planned out for the day, how I was going to get all this work done. Nothing. Never fails. It's always something. Love wasting time. Love it. I'm gonna get some lunch. All right, I know this is a quick video, not a lot of content to it. You don't see me jumping on trailers, you don't see me tearing anything up, a little different than normal, but I'm literally just spitballing this idea out there. I tested it in 2022 for about half the year. It worked out really well for us. I did it with a good friend, Kyle, the one that helped me kind of jumpstart my channel. That's actually his dumpster. We are the ones that kind of came up with the plan, and I just loved it. If you haven't seen, if you don't follow Kyle religiously, he did just have a little one. Hopefully I'm not ruining that. I think he's put it on social media, so I guess it's fair. He just had a little one, and I made him a little shirt, so go ahead and go look at it. Tell me if you think it's kind of cute. Isn't that thing adorable? Look at that little, just on the dump end, you get it. It's pretty kind of cute. So if you already watched my channel, you've already seen kind of what I've been into. This is just kind of another niche I'm trying to, just lock down, I guess. So we're doing the shipping containers, we're doing the dumpsters, we're renting out the equipment, we're doing some of the actual excavation work ourselves, or demo work. But I've always been looking for that kind of Uber idea, if that makes sense. Or Airbnb, Uber. I'm renting something out, or I am actually trying to grab revenue from, someone else's pocket without having as much overhead. With Uber doesn't own any cars, or they at least didn't when they started. There's no cars that Uber owns, yet they charge to have people transported. So if I can basically do that with dumpsters, I feel like it's actually a pretty good idea. Granted, it might have some hiccups, but 2022, it tested well. I'm going to keep it going, but I'm just looking for more and more ideas like that to actually grow this business or this niche so it's super sustainable and money's coming in every month, the same as before. So with this, I would definitely say there are some little concerns you need to run into or, process in your head. You can write up a non-compete contract and, make it very official, very concrete, but at the end of the day, they own the dumpster, so that contract's only going to hold up so much. So you need to really provide super good customer service, because at the end of the day, that's still their property. The thing it's saving you is you're getting to keep the business continuous with them because they rely on you to move that dumpster. The other thing you might run into is if there are a lot of people, if you're in a very large metropolitan area that uses these trailers that fit these specific dumpsters, each dumpster obviously fits a different brand trailer, or a lot of them do. So the one advantage you have is if they're buying your dumpster type, you're probably one of the very few in town that can move it. For me, that's very much the case. Not a lot of people have the trailer I have. I'm in a very small town, so not a lot of people want to get into this business either. So if a lot of people are getting into the business, they may have other people that can move that dumpster for them, and they might, blow past you if somebody gives it to them for a cheaper price. They're really only cutting their throat. The person that might be doing it for a cheaper price might find out later why your price was what it is once they really calculate those overhead costs. And if they're running legally, they'll definitely figure it out. A lot of guys will get into this business thinking, I don't need a DOT number. Oh, I don't need commercial plates. Oh, I don't need, commercial insurance. And they find out all that later, and their prices definitely start to go up. Or, they get out of the business because they're scared. So, yeah, there's definitely some things you need to consider. But at the end of the day, it's a really good way to get business from people continuously that you might not have before, because they might have just gone and rented a 6-yard dumpster for a small job, or a 4-yard dumpster, or they paid a friend to go dig a hole and put their stuff in it, which is, obviously not good. But these big contractors are looking for solutions where they can keep a dumpster and not be paying month after month after month for dumpsters that just sit there where bad weather, prevents them from getting a job done on time or on schedule. But instead, it's completely flexible. They own the dumpster. They can move it whenever they want when they call you. So definitely some things to consider, but at the end of the day, I think this model could be an absolute win, in addition to the way I already do the business with the short-time rentals as well. One major thing I left out too is if it's sitting outside of a construction site and it has their branding on it, it's just another marketing ploy. It's just an idea or an opportunity for them to have their logo outside of a job site, whether it's a roof, a house, you know, drywall company, whatever it is. It's sitting outside the house as its own personal billboard. So another perk for the person that's actually using it. I mean, at the end of the day, this benefits them significantly compared to renting these week by week by week by week. So like I said, quick video, just my ideas. Drop in the comments what your other ideas are in terms of this business. I'd like to hear them, even if you're not in the business. I'm just trying to grow it as much as I can. I know some guys haul rock with these trailers. I know some guys like haul across the country, hot shot with these trailers. Two things I'm not super interested in, to be honest, but I still like the ideas. I've seen some dudes actually make their storage containers to rent with these trailers, which works out awesome if you can use all of that with one trailer. I do the same thing with giant Connex boxes, but I have to have a separate trailer to do it. Being able to do it all with one trailer, super cool. But anyway, subscribe, like, comment. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Hope this helps anybody else that's in the industry. And if you're trying to get in the industry, do your research. Do a deep, in-depth amount of research to make sure it's worth your time. The niche kind of grew for a while. It's getting a little saturated, but there might still be room for you in one town and not in another. So just do your research really thoroughly before you just decide to jump in and find out the hard way. But that's the way I did it, but I did it a lot sooner, so, you know, it's a little bit different for everyone. Catch you next time. Oh, and just get a side hustle. Get something that you can push yourself to eventually get out of the 9-to-5. Apartments, flipping mobile homes, power washing, lawn care. Just do something. Figure out what your industry interests are and find something in your community that it needs. Something that's missing, something you can bring to the table. It might not be dumpsters, but there is something out there that you can capitalize on in your area. Just figure it out. All right, I'm actually out of here. See you guys.